Hello everyone. Welcome to the virtual class of Learning Cow Theory. In previous two sessions, I have discussed learning curve and equation method. And today, in the same line of action, I would like to deal one more question related to equation method. Let us understand the question first. On your screen, information related to basic variables of learning curve equation is given. The usual learning curve model is y is equal to a multiplied by x raised to minus b, where y is equal to average time taken per unit, a is equal to time taken to produce first unit, x cumulative number of units, or say total number of units produced, and b is equal to learning coefficient. The formulation of learning coefficient is given over here. Log 0.8 divided by log 2 is equal to 0.322 for learning rate of 80%. At this point of discussion, I would like to put to your notice that we have concern with the learning coefficient, that is 0.322, as it is ready-made provided by the examiner in the question. So we are not supposed to worry for the learning rate of 80% given in the question, because in our formula y is equal to a multiplied by x raised to minus b, we need to consider b as a learning coefficient. So value of learning coefficient is ready-made given, so need not to worry. Directly use this 0.322 in the equation. Calculate if a is equal to 20 hours. A is equal to 20 hours means time to produce first unit of the output, and learning curve applicable to the process is 80%. It is nothing more than repetition of the information given over here. We have to calculate average time taken for 20 units, total time for 30 units, total time taken for 11th unit, and time taken to produce 41 to 50 units. Let us move to the solution of the problem. As a part of the question, the first sub-question is average time taken for the manufacturing of 20 units. A, time taken to produce first unit of the output, 20 hours. It is ready-made given to us in our question. X, total number of production units. Here we need to calculate for 20 units as per the requirement of the question. So total number of production units are 20. B, learning coefficient 0.322. The value of learning coefficient is ready-made given in form of formula, and the result is 0.322. And the last item that we need to calculate in this sub question, average time taken to produce 20 units. Use formula for the learning curve equation. Y is equal to a multiplied by x raised to minus b. Insert the values in the formula. Y is equal to 20. 20 is time taken to produce first unit. X, it is also 20, number of units produced, and learning coefficient as given 0.322. Expand the formula with the help of logarithmic table. Log y is equal to log 20 minus 0.322 log 20. Check the values in the log table and you will get log of 20 is equal to 3010, and there are two digits in a 20, so the prefix is 1. Same way, log 20 1.3010. As we have done numbers of questions, it is very easy for all of you to check the log. Log y is equal to 1.3010 minus 0.4180. 0.4180 is the result of multiplication of these two values, and solution of this equation 1.3010 minus 0.4180 resulting into log y is equal to 0.8821. In order to find out the final answer, we need to check antilog of 0.8821 and y is equal to 7.623. This y is equal to 7.623 referred to as average time taken for 20 units. Second sub question, average time taken for 30 units. A, time taken to produce first unit 20 hours. X, total numbers of production units as given in the question 30. Beta factor or B or learning coefficient, whatever you say, 0.322, which is ready-made given to us in our question. And Y, we need to calculate average time taken to produce 30 units. This is nothing more than repetition of the calculation. Insert the formula. Y is equal to A multiplied by X raised to minus B. Now enter the values given to us in the formula. 20 multiplied by 30 raised to minus 0.322. Using the log table, solve the problem and values of log resulting into 1.3010 minus 0.4756. This is a final solution of 20 multiplied by 30 minus 0.322. With the help of this solution, we can find out the difference, and the difference is referred to as log y is equal to 0.8254. In order to conclude the solution, we need to check antilog of these four digits, 82 into 5 and mean difference 4, and the result is 6.689. This 6.689 is referred to as average time taken for the manufacturing of 30 units. If in case total time taken to produce 30 units required, you can easily calculate 30 units multiplied by average time taken per unit 6.689, and the resulting figure is 200.67 hours. After discussion of second sub question, let us move to third sub question. In this question, the examiner has demanded total time taken to produce 11th unit of output. It is related to 11th unit, and as you all know, if we want to calculate time taken for 11th unit, we need to calculate total time taken for 11 units, which is not available to us, and total time taken for 10 units. This information is also not available. And the difference of total time taken for 11 units and total time taken for 10 units referred to as time taken for 11th unit. So here we need to calculate first total time taken for 11 units, then total time taken for 10 units, and difference of these two referred to as total time taken for 11th unit. This is our final answer. Let us move towards next part of the same calculation, because this calculation is divided into three parts. First we need to calculate total time taken for 11 units, then we need to calculate total time taken for 10 units, and on the basis of previous two calculations we can calculate time taken for 11th unit. Let us calculate total time taken for 10 units. A. Time taken to produce first unit 20 hours. X. Total number of production units. Here we are calculating for 10 units, so total number of production units are 10. B. Learning coefficient, which is given to us ready-made in our question, and average time taken to produce 10 units, as our calculation is based on 10 units. Insert the formula, and in this formula insert the variables y is equal to 20 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 0.322. Solve the formula with the help of logarithmic table, and you will find the result of log y as 0.979. 0.979 is the result of 1.3010 minus 0.3220. In order to conclude the calculation, check the antilog of 0.979 is 9.528, and we need to put decimal after one digit. So y is equal to 9.528, and total time taken for 10 units. 10 units multiplied by 9.528 hours per unit is equal to 95.28 hours. It is necessary to keep the figure of 95.28 hours in our mind in order to conclude our answer number 3. Let us move to the second part of the solution. It is time taken for 11 units. Same calculation with repetition of the formula. A. Time taken to produce a first unit 20. Total number of production units 11, as we need to calculate for 11th. B. Learning coefficient as per given information, and y. Average time taken to produce 11 units. Same as earlier all calculations. Insert the values in the formula and check the log in order to conclude our answer to find out the value of log y. The value of log y is 0.9657. We need to check log of 96 into 5 and mean difference 7. Use your anti-log, check 96 into 5 and mean difference 7, and the result is 9241. Here we have 0, so 0 plus 1 equals to 1, so we need to put a decimal after first digit. So the value of y is 9.241. We need to calculate total time taken for 11 units. 11 units multiplied by 9.241 hours per unit, and total time taken to manufacture 11 units are 101.65 hours. Now we have total time taken for 11 units as well as total time taken for 10 units. Using these two informations, we can calculate total time taken to produce 11th unit. Total time taken for 11 units, 101.65 hours. Total time taken for 10 units, 95.28 hours. And the difference of total time taken for 11 units, that is 101.65, and total time taken for 10 units, 95.28, resulting into our answer. That is time taken to produce 11th unit, 6.37 hours. In examination, examiner will concentrate on these number, and finally on 6.37 hours. After discussion of third question, let us move to fourth and last question of this problem. In this particular sub question, we need to calculate total time taken to produce 41 to 50 units. 41 to 50 units. Again, the same mechanism is applicable for the solution. Total time taken for 40 units, that we don't know. Total time taken for 50 units, that we don't know. Total time taken for 50 units minus total time taken for 40 units, resulting into time taken for 41 to 50 units. But we don't know total time taken by the company to manufacture 40 units and 50 units. In this situation, time taken to produce 41 to 50 units is not available to us. So in order to find out this particular answer, first we need to calculate total time taken for 40 units and then total time taken for 50 units. Let us calculate total time taken for 40 units. Time taken for first unit 20 hours. Total number of production units 40. Learning coefficient 0.322, and Y, average time taken to produce 40 units. Same formula is applicable in all varieties of learning curve. Only the values are different. Y is equal to A multiplied by X raised to minus B. Insert the values of different variables in the formula and use log table in order to solve the problem. The result is log Y is equal to 0.7852. This 0.7852 is a difference of 1.3010 and 0.5158. Now check this 0.7852 into anti-log. We need to check anti-log of 7852. 78 into 5 into 2. So check anti-log of 78 into 5 and mean difference 2. So the result is 6095. 6095. And it is a 0. So 0 plus 1 equals to 1. So we need to put a decimal after first digit. So the result is 6.095. This is referred to as average time taken per unit when we have produced 40 units. And we have to calculate total time taken. So in order to calculate total time taken, 40 units multiplied by 6.095. So total time taken for the manufacturing of 40 units, 243.8. Keep this figure in your mind. Let us move to the second part of the calculation. It is all about total time taken for 50 units. Time taken to produce the first unit 20 hours. Total number of units of production as required 50 units. Learning coefficient 0.322 as given in the question, and average time taken to produce 50 units. Before calculation of total time, it is compulsory for us to calculate average time, because on the basis of this y, we can calculate total time taken for 50 units. Y is equal to A multiplied by x raised to minus b. Insert the values in the formula and use logarithmic table and mathematical operation in order to find out final value of log y. Final value of log y is 0.754. Check anti-log of 75 into 4 and the result is 5672. Here we have 0, so 0 plus 1 equals to 1, so put the decimal after first digit, so y is equal to 5.672. Total time taken to produce 50 units of output. 50 units multiplied by 5.672 hours per unit, and it is resulting into 283.7 hours. We need to keep this figure in our mind in order to conclude answer number 4. As per the requirement of the question, we need to calculate total time taken to produce 41 to 50 units. As per our calculation, total time taken for 40 units, 283. Total time taken to produce 50 units of the output, 283.7. Just before a minute, we have completed calculation of total time taken for 50 units. So within 1 minute, you can answer the question for 41 to 50 minutes if you are clear for the mechanism of the solution. Total time taken for manufacturing of 40 units of the output, 243.84. That we have completed before a few minutes. And the difference of these two items, total time taken for 50 units, 283.7 hours, and total time taken for 40 units, 243.84, resulting into 39.86 hours, and these 39.86 hours are referred to as time taken to produce 41 to 50 units of the production. In examination, these kind of questions are expected. So watch it twice or thrice as per your convenience in order to understand the mechanism of the complete solution of the problem. I hope everybody is clear with the solution. Thank you. Keep watching next sessions. God bless you.